Good morning, children. Today we are going to study the significance of transpiration to the plants. Now this transpiration, it has great importance for the plant because it provides cooling effect and it creates the suction force and it also helps in distributing the water. Now first is the cooling effect. So how this cooling effect is created in the plants? Because you know that temperature is high and due to this evaporation takes place. Now this evaporation, it reduces the temperature of the leaf surface, and transpiration is very useful in hot summer days because due to evaporation process the leaf gets a cooling effect from the transpiration process. At too much temperature, it can destroy the enzymes present in the plant. So in this way it provides a cooling effect to the plant. Now suction force. Children, you know that transpiration helps in the ascent of sap by producing the suction force, which this force is acted from the top of the plant, and evaporation, it concentrates the cell sap and increases the osmotic pressure. Now due to this osmotic pressure, the water draws from the cells from the lower surface to the upward direction, and it results in the absorption of water from the soil by the roots. Now here is the diagram you see, children. Like here, see, there is evaporation here, and this evaporation is due to transpiration process. So water, it is passes from lower surface to the upward surface through osmotic pressure and suction force. Now next is distribution of water and mineral salts. So leaves, you all know that they are present at the tip of the branches and the twigs, and transpiration from these areas, they draw water from the lower surface to the upper surface. So in this way it helps in the distribution of water throughout the plant body. So higher the rate of transpiration, higher the rate of absorption in plants. Now some other parts are also here which affects the transpiration, also affects the climate, because you know a full grown single sunflower, it estimated to about half a liter of water per day in the form of water vapor. Similarly, a maize plant, it reduces gets 2 liters of water per day in the atmosphere. Okay, it's simply large apple tree, it also loses 30 liters of water per day. So this much of water is going in the atmosphere from the plant. So this helps in the formation of the clouds and it also brings rain on earth. So this is the way the transpiration affects climate. Now direct loss of water by plants, guttation and bleeding. So some plants, they may also lose water directly, that is in liquid form, and this water is not in the water vapor form. So it occurs in two ways, guttation and bleeding. So what is guttation, children? Now the leaves of certain plants, they have droplets of water in the margin in the morning. Now this happens when the humid temperature, it hampers transpiration and the absorption of water continues. Now this water which is present excess in plant, it causes hydrostatic pressure in rise, and it causes forces which access the water directly from the tips of veins in the form of water droplets. Now these margins, they bear pore, and these pores, they are known as hydrothorax. So from these pores the water oozes out from the margins, and this process is known as guttation. So sometimes through bleeding also plant release water. When the plants get injured or the plant cell sap, it comes out from the ruptured area of the plant, and the root pressure is generated by the plant assists in bleeding. Now here is the diagram for different transpiration process. Now here see, as the roots, they are meant for absorbing the water from the plant or root tip, it is absorbing water, then from cell to cell it is moving to the xylem vessels. Now through xylem vessels it moves upward in the upward direction, and from the lenticels also some transpiration takes place. Now there's lenticels, as I told you, they are present on the stem of the branches. Now on the stem of the plant. So this transpiration occurs through the lenticular transpiration, and this water is going in upward direction from the root to the stem to the leaf part. So here is the leaf structure. Now some transpiration it is done by the cuticle which is present on the epidermis. Then xylem vessels are here, and through the guttation process some transpiration takes place, and through the stomata transpiration takes place. So this is all the summing up of the transpiration process. Now here is the difference between the transpiration and guttation. So in transpiration water is lost in the form of vapor, whereas in guttation water is lost in the form of water droplets. जबकि transpiration pure water only changes into vapor, whereas in guttation water loss also contains the mineral salts in solution. Now transpiration occurs through stomata, lenticels and the cuticle, whereas guttation occurs from the hydrathoids. Now sometimes it leads to loss of turgidity in plants in transpiration, whereas in guttation there is no effect on turgidity. Stomatal transpiration in transpiration process is regulated by guard cells, whereas opening of hydrathoids they cannot be regulated. Now transpiration occurs in the presence of sunlight, whereas there will be no light necessary for guttation process because it occurs in night or early morning. Now transpiration provides a cooling effect to the body, whereas guttation has no effect on the plant, and this transpiration occurs during dry conditions, whereas guttation occurs in humid conditions. Okay. Now this is all about for transpiration process, children. In next class we'll learn about the photosynthesis. Okay. Thank you and have a nice day.